Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Ireland Bound. And as my trip grows a lot closer now, less than a month away, I wanted to go through something with y'all that I found the other day. I was having a conversation with my friend Kayla, and we were discussing TSA rules. And so I decided to look some up, and some of them were unbelievable. But I sat there looking at thinking, okay, you know what, this would probably make a good video. So I'm going to, before my trip, share this TSA video stuff with you. So I'm going to be quiet now. I am going to move over to the voiceover video, and we're going to look at some TSA rules. Alright, so TSA, the Transportation Security Administration. This is their official site, and these are their official rules. Now, the section I was going through where I found this stuff was the miscellaneous section. So let's pull that up. There we go. Pull that up and show you, because like I said, some of them were just way too good. They were definitely worth taking a look at and doing a video on. So just give it a moment. You know how these websites work. There we go. What can I bring? Okay. Of course, going through planning ahead, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Okay, miscellaneous. Some of these things are kind of okay, like, yeah, I get it. Miscellaneous. Artificial skeleton bones. That first one made me giggle because of the fact it's like artificial skeleton bones. Like someone's going to bring a real human femur onto a plane. Carry-on bags? Yes. Checked bags? Yes. So I guess if you have a pair of skeleton earrings this close to Christmas, the little miniature ones, I guess you're allowed to bring them on the plane. And of course there's the normal things, baby carriers, baby wipes. Of course, if you're bringing a baby onto the plane, yeah, you definitely want to be able to set them in the seat next to you. I cannot imagine someone saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to have to check your child and the baby carrier into the cargo hold." That would be a fun thing. But yeah, you can use it as I'm guessing if you're going like to someone's baby shower, maybe that would be a reason that you'd put in checked baggage. But like I said, carry-on bags, especially if you have the baby with you kind of want that as a carry-on. Baby wipes, of course, with babies you got to have lots of baby wipes. See, balloons. Okay, for people that are disabled, this is an important one to know. Battery-powered wheelchairs and mobility devices. Technically, on a plane, there is not enough room to have a battery-powered wheelchair on the plane. There's not even enough room for a manual wheelchair. That is something that would definitely be put down into storage. So, like I said, carry-on bags, that one makes sense. Okay, that one really does. But they would need to put it into the hold, or if they had like a special place there for something like that, that's why they have like the exclamation point says yes, special instructions. There would be special things you need to have done with it. Okay, belts, clothes, shoes. Okay, now billy clubs. For those who do not know what a billy club is, that's basically something that a lot of times police use. Sometimes they're, police people, they have them, some of them don't. You see these riot gear things, they have a straight stick and then they have like a handle coming off of it and a wrist strap. That's pretty much a billy club. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'd feel comfortable with someone carrying that onto a plane. So in the checked baggage, I think I'd be more comfortable with that. Okay, binoculars, everyone would probably love to have a pair of binoculars, look out the window of the plane and be able to try and see what's down below. Over the ocean, who's going to really care a whole lot, because all you're going to see is water. But, you know, you might see a bird, want to get a closer up view of it. So, I mean, carry on, I could kind of understand that. Biological specimens. Oh, my word. Yeah, non-infectious in preservative solutions. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading today. I've got a slight bit of a headache, so it's not helping. Carry-on bags or checked bags, special instructions. Of course, you notice here on both of the things where it had special instructions, they've actually got the instructions down below it. The FAA has limits on preservative solutions in checked bags. No more than 30 milliliters of free liquid solution in each inner packaging, and no more than 1 liter in the entire outer package. So you kind of got to, you know, understand that part of it. Now, okay, you see down here it says blackjack. That's the next one, self-defense weapons. Remember, coming back up here, billy clubs? Blackjacks are another form of billy clubs. Okay, the difference between them is a billy club is like just one piece. It's usually wood, you know, so it's like, you know, just one long piece of wood. Blackjacks, they are leather strips that have a bounce to them. I mean, they're stiff, but they kind of move a bit, and they've got a heavy weight on one end of them. My dad used to own a security business, and he had both of them, so I'm familiar with both of them and what they are and how they work. A lot of police forces, the blackjacks are illegal. They do not allow them. You know, once again, in a carry-on bag, no. Definitely not. I think that it's good they put it in checked baggaging, so that way it's down there where people, you know, don't have ready access to it. And yeah, that I'm going to hit the next page because there is several pages here. Blankets, bobby pins, body armor, carry-on bags, yes, check bags, yes. I'm sitting here thinking, body armor, why not just like put it on and wear it on the plane? You know, of course, you might have special reasons why someone would need body armor, like for instance transporting a prisoner, you know, in which case it wouldn't be at that point carry-on baggage. You know, you might have it on the prisoner, you know, especially if it's like a high value prisoner. They get transported sometimes on airplanes. Books, you know, yes, on both. Brass instruments. Carry-on bags, question mark, check with airline. Excuse me, may I bring my tuba onto the plane? It can sit in the seat right beside me. Oh, okay, the one right below it, that one is another one. Brass knuckles. I'm sitting here, I'm like, brass knuckles? It's like, do they, you know, most people do not need those. I mean, that's like a gangster thing, you know. That's something, I mean, even police don't use brass knuckles. That's like the bad guys. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, you're bringing brass knuckles onto the airplane. You're saying, yeah, I work with gangsters. Check on bags, no. Or carry-on bags, no. Checked baggage, yes. Says, although these items can be placed in your checked baggage, they are still illegal in some states. Should the bag need to be opened for some reason and there is an illegal item in the bag, TSA will be required to report it to local law enforcement. Like I said, it's like police really don't use brass knuckles. That's like what bad guys use. I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, I'm going to bring a pair of brass knuckles onto an airplane. Sure. Okay. Bread machine. Carry-on bags, yes. Check bags, yes. Okay. A bread machine and a carry-on bag. My thought is, what are you going to do? Plug it in and make bread for everybody? That's not something I want to carry on my carry-on luggage. I mean, I'm going to ship a bread machine. I'm going to put it in a box. I'm going to have it secured, and I'm going to ship it somewhere. Okay, I mean that's not something I want to have in my luggage. Oh my word. Yeah, like I said, it's like, excuse me, is there an outlet around here? And oh, and by the way, I'm going to need some bread. I'm going to need some water. Do you have an egg or two also, by the way? I'm going to need some raisins. I'm going to make some bread for everybody here. Everyone can have a pinch of it. uh, Camera monopods, a lot of photographers use those. Of course, a lot of them use tripods too, but the tripods, a lot of times, they'll stick into their luggage because those can be pretty big and pretty bulky. Car parts. Okay, something small I could almost understand, like a rear view mirror or side mirror or something. But I'm sitting here thinking, someone tried to bring a motor on. It says car engine parts and other car parts without fuel or traces of fuel are allowed in check-on and checked baggage. Car engine parts may be placed in checked baggage only if the parts are packed in their original box and free of gasoline and oil. For items you wish to carry on, you should check with the airline to ensure that the item will fit in the overhead bin or underneath the seat of the airplane. Oh my word! Yeah, car parts. Yeah, I'm gonna take several parts of a car. I'm trying to assemble it in another state, so instead of driving it over, I'm moving it part by part. Chapsticks, of course, that one's pretty standard. That's something you can like shove in your pocket. Child car seats. Kind of back to the thing of the child carrier. Colognes. It kind of goes along with most of your makeup thing. It has to be a certain size, that sort of thing. Comic books. Concealer is makeup. Conditioner, of course, that kind of goes along in the makeup's personal care idea. Cremated remains. Oh my word. Yeah, I could see someone buying two seats, one for themselves and one for cremated remains. This is my uncle Hank here, and I wanted him to have his own seat. Says we understand how painful losing a loved one is, and we treat cremated remains with respect. Some airlines do not allow cremated remains in the checked bags, so please check with your airlines to learn more about possible restrictions. To facilitate screening, we suggest that you purchase a temporary or permanent crematory container made of a lighter weight material such as wood or plastic. If the container is made of a material that generates an opaque image, TSA officials will not be able to clearly determine what is inside the container, and the container will not be allowed. Out of respect for the deceased, TSA officers will not open a container even if requested by the passenger. So it's nice to know that they will respect someone's lost loved one, but I don't know. I guess it's because of the fact I was brought up that your loved ones, when they pass, belong in the ground. I personally have a problem with cremated remains. Like I said, I look at them and I keep thinking, okay, it's like, really? But like I said, I know a lot of people don't, so I'm not trying to make light of it. I can see someone buying a seat for their loved ones so that way they can take them on, take and strap in the container in the seat next to them, But yeah, they can be brought on board. Just make sure that they're in one of the containers that's allowed. So, just for someone who might be bringing a deceased loved one who is cremated, what you might do is if you're planning on flying with them, you might talk to the airline, not the airline, the place where you have them cremated at, and you might tell them, it's like, well, my loved one here, they wanted their ashes scattered at this certain place. I'm going to have to fly with them. What do you recommend for a container? And they can probably get you something that will be, suitable, since like I said, since they know that you're going to be spreading their ashes back home where they were born, or at their favorite vacation spot, or someplace that they always wanted to go to but never could get to go. So I mean, like I said, it's one of those things you just excuse me. Had a little bit of something there catching in my throat. But anyway, so just like I said, just depends. So definitely check. Don't just show up and expect them to let you carry on your deceased loved one like that. Symbols. Okay. Symbols. Yeah. I think I would rather have those like packed away in a special container in a checked bag. I mean, I know my luck. I try to put them in an overhead bin and they're going to be clanking together. Of course, digital cameras, that's pretty standard. Most people have them nowadays, so that's not something that's unusual. Disassembled computer parts, and external hard drives, drones, unmanned aircraft systems. Both of those kind of in the same thing there. They're both technology things. The computer parts, yes. The drones, unmanned aircraft, both things, it says check with airlines. So it's one of those things, I guess, according to the airline, says drones are allowed through the checkpoint. Please check with your airline prior to traveling for their policy. Drones containing lithium batteries, fuel cells, and components of certain parachute systems may be prohibited in baggage. So, they might not want it in baggage, but they might let you bring it in carry-on. So that's one of those things. Before you travel with a drone, you might want to check who you're flying with. Next page. Let's see. Drumsticks. Drumsticks, instrument drum set, and then it says drumsticks. So I don't know what the difference is because I'm not musically inclined. But yeah, they're loud. Dry ice. I'm sitting here going, seriously, dry ice? What? Why do you need to fly with dry ice? What point is there to have it there? 5.5 pounds of dry ice if properly packaged, and the package is vented and marked. So, like I said, I don't know why they'd want dry ice. Let's see. E-liquids. I'm not sure what an e-liquid is, so I'm going to pass on that. Easy pass, transponder, electric blankets. I guess that's for the person that gets really, really, really cold. Electronic cigarettes and vaping devices. Yeah, definitely check with that, because those, that's not like regular cigarettes. That's something that has stuff in it, and with as many of them as have caught on fire, yeah, there's a lot of airports that might not want those on there, especially checked baggage. I can understand why there's no on that one. Electric toothbrushes, special instructions. You know what? Flying, just take a standard toothbrush. Don't bother with the electric, just take your standard toothbrush. Emergency position indicating radio beacons. Check with airline. Okay, I'm not even sure what that is, so yeah, definitely check with airlines. Let's see, what else have we got? Eyeliner, fertilizer. No fertilizer at all. Really? You mean I can't bring my favorite bag of fertilizer to spread it wherever I'm going? Oh my word, why do you want to bring fertilizer on an airplane? Okay, yeah, sure, if you want to blow the airplane up, yeah, you want to bring fertilizer then, but what's the point of flying with fertilizer? They've have it here, so someone has asked at some point, but why do you want to fly with fertilizer? Film, flowers. Okay, I'm going to be honest with the flowers on something. I don't want to fly with flowers because of the fact that it'd be easier just to get them on the other side of where you're going. Okay, yeah, if there's some special flower that you can't get somewhere, I could maybe understand that, but if it's several hours, those flowers are probably going to be wilty by the time you get wherever you're going. Now, if it's one of those things where you're going to be in the air for a couple of hours, yeah, it might last, but if you're going overseas, those flowers are going to be dead by the time you get there or in extremely bad shape. Foam toy swords. Okay, yeah, you're okay. I'm going to use my example. I'm going to be flying to Ireland. Okay, and I see, oh, look, it's a little toy foam sword. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm going to pack that away for my nephew and take that back to him. Okay, carry-on baggage. You probably couldn't get it onto most carry-on bags, but I'm sitting here thinking a foam toy sword. Yeah, that's not going to be very dangerous. Yeah, it'd be bulky, but it's foam. But check baggage is okay with that. Formaldehyde. Okay, once again, why do you need to fly with something like that? Most of the time, formaldehyde is used for preservation things. Okay, that's something that you can pack into a box and have shipped. Okay, why, and it says here, 3.4 ounces. Why do you need even a small ball of formaldehyde? If you're going to be preserving a body, most likely wherever you're going, there's going to be some place that you can buy formaldehyde. Why do you need to carry it? Foundation, that's of course, oh my word, I'm trying to think here. Makeup, that's makeup stuff, so yeah, the makeup rules with that. A Geiger counter. Okay, yeah, you might need a Geiger counter if you're going to be working in a mine somewhere. Glass picture frames. Why do you need glass? Okay, a glass picture frame, yeah, you might have a picture in it, that's being sent as a present for someone, have a picture of the family, taking it to grandma for her birthday or something like that. But glass, what? Okay, glass ornaments, right? Maybe that's what they mean. Little glass ornaments. In which case, I'm going to have it sealed up in a box. I'm going to make sure that it's in something where I can ship it home. Now, the reason I'm saying this is I'm going to be in Ireland. A couple hours train ride from Dublin is a place called Waterford, Ireland. Waterford is known for its glass manufacturing. They have some of the finest cut crystal glass in the world. Waterford crystal is worldwide known. Okay, crystal is basically glass. Okay, you know what? Yeah. If I go to the trouble to go to Waterford, I buy a Waterford crystal. I'm going to make sure that thing is super packed. And yeah, I might put it on my own carry-on luggage because I don't want to trust it to the baggage handlers. I don't want to trust it to them throwing stuff around and stuff maybe landing on it. So yeah, I probably would want that more in the carry-on than the checked baggage. Kind of the same thing with the picture frame. Now, the glass in the picture frame, yeah. I'm not sure I would send a glass picture frame, carry that on. Of course, that's just me personally. Let's see, next one, glass vase. Kind of the same thing, and I want that to be super well packed. In all honesty, I might be more likely, especially if it's a glass vase, I might be more likely to make sure that is shipped like with a shipping company, because if it gets broken with them, they have to replace it. If it gets broken with me, I'm out the money. So something like a glass vase, yeah, I might ship that with a company. Glow sticks. Okay, why do you need glow sticks on a plane? musicians carry guitars with them. So I have heard of people that they would buy an extra seat for their guitar, and then they would take it as a carry-on and literally strap the guitar case into the seat. Okay, so I mean, I've heard of that one. It sounds a little wild, but yeah. And then of course they'd have like it. They might carry a musician might carry 2 or 3 guitars, especially if they're going overseas to like do some kind of special concert. Take their favorite one with them, strap it in the seat next to them, and put the rest of it into checked baggage. Like I said, I have heard of people doing that. Because, I mean, a guitar case is not going to fit into the overhead, and it's not going to fit under the seat. So, yeah, you need to buy a seat for at least one of them. Hair clippers, hair dryer, hair gel, hair spray. Okay. Let me guess. We're going to open up an in-air hair cutting salon, right? Hair clippers, hair dryers, hair gel, and hairspray. So we're going to do people's hair while we're in the air, since especially on a long flight we're going to be several hours, right? So that way you land with perfectly coiffed hair. Yeah, I can really see that one happening. Excuse me, I need to do my hair. Do you mind taking cut, dry, put the gel in it, make it stick, a little hairspray, hair straighteners, hair texturizer, handcuffs. Ooh, we went from hair to hand in a second. Okay, police officers, law enforcement of some kind. Okay, I can understand them needing handcuffs. Anybody else with handcuffs? I can imagine what kind of handcuffs they would be. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to walk away from that one. And you know what? We haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Here, now we've gotten to it. Harry Potter wand. Carry-on or checked baggage, yeah. Okay. Seriously, Harry Potter wands. Of course, headphones are kind of standard. Heated jackets and sweaters. Once again, that must be for someone that's super cold. Hookahs. Oh my, yeah. A lot of times those are really big and made of glass. I'm not sure I would want to do those as a carry-on. Of course, they might have smaller versions by now that aren't glass, but a hookah. Carry a pack of cigarettes if you need that badly. Hoverboard. Check with airlines. Okay, so before you start carrying your favorite hoverboard on, check with the airline, make sure it's okay. Ice. In your check bag. Really? It says frozen liquid items are allowed through the checkpoint as long as they are frozen solid when presented for screening. If frozen liquid items are partially melted, slushy, or have any liquid at the bottom of the container, they must meet 311 liquid requirements. I don't know what the 311 liquid requirements are, but a friend of mine actually suggested this to me one time. When we were talking about trip and water and stuff like that, they said take a ball of water, freeze it, a day or two before, so that way it's good and frozen, and then at the last minute as you're leaving for the airport, take out your frozen water and stick it in your bag, of course, go, and it will be still mostly frozen, and so that way by the time you get on the plane it will have started melting. Okay, so I mean that's kind of a good idea, right? So that way you can have water. Of course, I chose to go a different route. I chose the portable container because I could continually refill it. If I got thirsty enough, I drank it down, I could refill it. Where with a bottle of ice water, the bottle might not be in too good a condition after being frozen. You might have some leaks in it. So that one's kind of you know. But yeah, a friend of mine suggested that, so you can get through it with it frozen. See, jewelry, yeah, that one's kind of a given. Laser hair remover, laser printer, or excuse me, laser pointers, lightsaber. So sadly, the technology doesn't currently exist to create a real lightsaber. However, you can pack a toy lightsaber in your carry-on or checked baggage. May the force be with you. Yeah, just come back up here. Remember the first one that we hit, the Harry Potter wand, and then come down here, and we have a lightsaber. But I love they say, sadly, the technology doesn't currently exist. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can bring a lightsaber, but you do realize they're not real, right? They're just a toy. Oh my, yeah, the things people come up with that they want to take onto a plane. We still got a few more pages of stuff here. Lipstick, same thing as the chapstick. Liquid nitrogen in a dry shipper. Okay, I'm not sure I want to carry liquid nitrogen. That's not really kind of a good idea. Live coral. Live coral. Yeah, that would be a tricky one, you know. I mean, truthfully, I think coral should be left where it's at. You know, I mean, if it dies and you take it out, that's one thing. But live coral, live fish, it's like, really? You know, live fish. Okay, unless you are like professionally shipping something from one place to another, you know, live fish should like be on the ground. You know, they should not be flying unless they're a flying fish, in which case they're going to do it on their own. Luggage protection covers, that's you know, that you'd have to remove it, you know, for them to be able to, of course, get into the bag. But I mean, you know, that's kind of almost a given. Makeup remover, makeup wipes, mascara, a metal detector. Check with the airlines. Yeah, it says because of the size limitation of overhead bins and space under seats, this item should be transported in checked baggage. Well, duh. Kind of like what I was saying with the guitars there. You know, I mean, that's not something really you can put in the overhead or down below the seat. That would either have to have its own seat next to you, or you'd have to buy a seat for it, or check baggage. See, mirrors. Now, a lot of compacts have mirrors. You know, ladies' compacts. I honestly cannot see transporting anything bigger than a hand mirror, and even with that, I think I would want that in my checked baggage. You know, like I said, of course, that's just me. Multi-tools. That would be like Swiss Army knives, I'm guessing. You know, one where you pull out, you got a screwdriver, you pull out another thing, it's got a corkscrew. You know, it says, in general, you are prohibited from traveling with sharp objects in your carry-on bags. Multi-tools or multi-purpose tools with knives of any length are prohibited. Please pack these items in your checked bags. It says, multi-tools with scissors less than 4 inches may be placed in carry-on bags. It says, any sharp objects in checked bags should be sheathed and securely wrapped to prevent injury to baggage handlers and inspectors. So, like if you have a straight knife, you know, that's not a folding one, basically make sure it's in its proper sheath and that it's not going to cause any problems. But let's see, multi-tools with scissors less than 4 inches. Those are pretty small scissors. But it's good to know. My heathen children are in there causing problems. Nail polish, once again, standard nail polish removers, the type of stuff that you consider to be in the cosmetic stuff, follow the same things, 3.4 ounces or less. Nightsticks. Carry-on bags, once again, no. Nightstick is another type of billy club or Oh my word, what was that other one? Billy Club or oh, Flapjack? Not Flapjack. I'm trying to think. Um, anyways, that kind of goes into the personal security type thing there. So nightsticks, once again, not carry on, but definitely checked. Night vision goggles. Okay, you know what? Those might be kind of fun if you're flying at night. You know, take a look out, see what you can see down below. So those might be kind of fun to have and check on baggage. So like I said, that just I can kind of understand. You know, especially a little kid, let them see something at night. Pens, carry-on bags, yes. Check bags, yes. So you can carry a pen with you, so that way you can write letters while you're flying, or writing uh, oh my word, notebook like I'll probably be doing. Perfumes, once again, falls under the cosmetic stuff, 3.4 ounces or less. Okay. Permation devices for calibrating air quality. Okay, I have no idea what that is. I really, really, really don't, so I'm going to pass on that. Planting seeds. Well, you went to visit your grandmother and she gave you a bunch of seeds to take home from your favorite aunt's garden that she had gotten all the seeds from. So those are kind of small enough you can kind of understand. I'm not sure I'd want to take a live plant, even though you can take them. It says check with the airline to ensure that the item will fit in the overhead bin or underneath the seat of the airplane. Okay, once again, there's a lot of plants that I'm not sure I would want to carry on a plane with me. Simply for the fact of how much of a hassle it could be. Like I said, that's just me. Next thing, Play-Doh. No, thank you. I do not want to participate in that survey. Play-Doh. Keep the kids entertained. Give them a Play-Doh. Carry-on bag. So I could kind of see that. Let them have something to do with their hands. Keep them busy. So that one's kind of a good idea. Makes sense. A PlayStation. Once again, that's one of those items I think I would rather ship than to, do carry-on bag or even checked baggage, because once again, the checked baggage might get a little bit rough. Powder makeup, power chargers. Okay, power chargers. Here's a good one. It says portable chargers or power banks containing a lithium-ion battery must be packed in carry-on baggage. So, apparently, that's for my other page. Anyways, apparently the power charger, if you have those little power banks, you have to do them in carry-on. You cannot bring them or put them in your checked baggage. So, someone like me who's going to be doing a lot of videos, I might have a power charger or two, which means I would definitely need to carry it with my carry-on, which I would be doing. Power inverters, I'm guessing that they mean that, like, since I'm going from America to Ireland, I have to have a special socket plug-in because my stuff won't fit their sockets. So, in all truth of the matter, you definitely want that with your carry-on, because if your luggage gets lost and shipped somewhere else, you're not going to be able to charge something for a little while. So the power inverter, it makes sense to have, if you take two, to have at least one of them in your carry-on. Putty balls. Okay. Bags, yeah, on both of them. Seashells, yes, on both of them. A lot of people like to collect seashells if they go to the seashore. Segways. Okay. Segways are going to be a little bit too big to put into overheads or to put underneath seats. So segways are allowed through the checkpoint. Please check with the airline for their policy. Okay. Why are you taking a Segway? I mean, hoverboards, segways. Why are you taking either one of them? Uh, I mean, really, why? I just want to know why. Shampoos and shock collars. Okay, now, shock collars, if you have a dog with you, I could kind of understand, to maybe control them a little bit more, because even though it says shock collars, there's also a feature on there where you hit it and it gives a vibration. Instead of an actual shock, it would give a vibration to let the dog know, wait a minute, you're doing something you should not be doing. Okay, I know this because my boss had some for a dog that was getting very much out of control. I mean, she was sitting there attacking people she shouldn't have been attacking. She attacked me once and left a bruise on my leg. So they were using the shock collar, and they weren't using the shock part of it. They were using the part where it would vibrate to get her attention. So, I mean, the shock collar, especially if you're traveling with a dog, I can understand that. I mean, I really, really can. Next up, shoehorn shoe inserts and shoe trees. Shoehorns are pretty small to where, you can fit them most anywhere. Inserts, there's all sorts of inserts that you can have. So a lot of times you're probably going to have them in the shoes you're wearing. A shoe tree. For those who don't know what shoe trees are, if you wear a lot of leather shoes, they get wet, they start to shrink. A shoe tree basically stretches that back out. So if I had, if I had a shoe tree that I could take with me to Ireland, I might do that because of the fact that I plan on wearing my leather boots. Okay, my feet get cold. When they get cold, they make my whole leg hurt. So yeah, I want to keep my feet warm. I want to keep my feet dry. So I'm probably going to be wearing my boots, which of course are leather because I have cowgirl boots. A shoe tree would help them from shrinking too much. But once again, I don't have one, so I even if I did, or if I did, yes, I can put them in my carry-on or my checked bags. So, okay, slingshots. Once again, self-defense. Carry-on bags, absolutely not. Checked bags is a definite. Small pets. Check with the airline. Small pets are allowed through the checkpoint. Please check with your airline for their policy. Please remove your pet from the carrying case and place the case through the x-ray machine. You should maintain control of your pet with a leash, and remember to remove the leash when carrying your pet through the metal detector. Animal carriers will undergo a visual and or physical inspection. I have a friend that she was living in Mexico, and she flew from Mexico up here to Texas with her two little dogs. She had them both in the same little carrying case. She actually bought a seat for them. Of course, she put them under the seat, but she did buy a seat for them so that way, she would have that extra space and she wouldn't accidentally kick the thing with them in it. So, of course, she had two little tiny chihuahuas, so they both fit into the same carrier pretty easily. But, yeah, really small pets, they usually allow on because of the fact that, they're smaller and they don't hold body heat the way a bigger dog, like, let's say, a German Shepherd or something like that would. Also, too, just for information's sake, if you have a dog that is like a service animal, of course, usually service animals, they do not take away from the owners. Because of the fact that you have so many different kinds of service animals. If you have someone that suffers from seizures, they have to have their service animal with them continually. they cannot be taken away. A blind person, of course, the service animal is their eyes. So there is a difference between small pets and service animals. So, that's also another thing to check with. They might require you to buy a seat for your service animal so that way, you have that extra space there. You can take and stick them like in the seat next to you, and of course strap them in and everything. But you definitely need to check because, like I said, service animals fall into a completely, totally different category than that of a small pet or even like a medium to large pet that you would have to put down in a hold, in a special carrier. So like I said, it depends on the animal, and you have to check with the airlines. That's why it says check with them. Snow globes, less than 3.4 ounces, and you can definitely put them in your checked bags. Of course, a lot of snow globes, they're going to come packed in a container so that way they don't get broken too easily. Soap liquids, those are both, oh my word, I'm trying to think, the considered cosmetics, personal care stuff. So, once again, 3.4 ounces or less. Solar panels. Says, for items you wish to carry on, you should check with the airline to ensure that the item will fit in the overhead bin or underneath the seat of the airplane. Considering the solar panel that I bought is just slightly bigger than my telephone, it can fit into my carry-on without any problems. So, that one's kind of a given there. Solid makeup, that's for like your cake type things, your eyeliner, not eyeliner, eyeshadow, excuse me, your eyeshadows, blushes, things like that you have to use a brush to get them. That says substance, powder-like substance greater than 12 ounces must be placed in a separate bin for x-ray screening. So they, of course, got special things for it. So it's, you kind of got some different rules. Solid isn't a liquid. Steel toe boots. To help officers get a clear look at your bag and reduce the need for additional screening, we suggest that you pack your bag in neat layers. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with steel toe boots. It says TSA pre-check travelers do not need to remove shoes, laptops, 311 liquids, belts, or light jackets. Please see TSA. I'm sitting here going, okay, what does steel toe boots have to do with that? But anyways, stuffed animals. Okay, you have little bitty ones. They're probably going to be carrying their stuffed animals. They're not going to be separated from their stuffed animal for very long, especially if it's something that's like a security blanket form. They're probably going to be holding on to that thing for everything they're worth. You try to remove it from them, you're going to be taking the child with you. Of course, if you're taking it for a gift for someone, you could put it in checked baggage, no problem. But yeah, that's one of those things. The child's probably going to stick that stuffed bear, right beside them and be basically strapped in with their bear. Stun guns and shocking devices. Once again, this is the personal protection stuff. Carry-on bags, no. Check baggage, special instructions. Yeah, stun guns. Yeah, that's yeah. I could see one of those going off inside of a bag. Oh my word! Oh, sorry, sir. That's my taser. Tasers, stun guns, and electroshock weapons must be transported in a manner that renders the device inoperable from accidental discharge. Some of these devices are manufactured with lithium batteries. So, you might want to remove the battery from it. Sunscreens, once again, 3.4 or less. Tactical pen. Okay, I don't know what a tactical pin is, but the word tactical says self-defense. Once again, carry-on bags, no. Tattoo ink, hello, 3.4 ounce or less. Television. Excuse me, ma'am, I want to bring my 60-inch TV onto the plane with me. Can I buy a seat for it? Better yet, why don't I just set it up in the seat in front of me so that way I can have a great view of the screen? Okay. Most TVs, I'm sitting here thinking, why do you want to bring them on the airplane with you? I mean, even your smallest one, which is 19 inches, still, why do you want to take that onto the airplane? You know, unless you have it in a box, it's going to risk getting broken. Okay, I mean, why risk that? Why risk breaking a television? Because, I mean, like I said, if you have it in the box, you might as well ship it. You know, you might as well just go ahead and ship that thing. You know, because once again, if you ship it, if it gets broken, it's on the fault of the handler, and they're the ones that have to replace it. Tobacco. Once again, that goes back to cigarettes. There are a few people that still do pipes. So, I mean, you have in a little package tobacco pipes right below that. So, makes me think there's this lady I watch over in England. She's always finding these clay pipes from like 300-400 years ago. Yeah, about 300 to 400 years ago. Some of them are newer than that. But, you know, if you had like a clay pipe like that, a little antique piece, I think I would want that in my carry-on, and that would be like super wrapped. You know, I don't want that thing to get broken. Toothpaste, once again, personal care item, 3.4 ounces or less. And we are on our final page. Toy guns and weapons. So basically, someone has like a laser gun or something. They are toys, unless of course they look super realistic. Says while these types of guns or toys are generally permitted, we recommend that you pick them. Oh my word, I cannot read today. Let's try that again. Back up. While these types of toys are generally permitted, we recommend that you pack them in your checked baggage. Squirt guns, Nerf guns, toy swords, and other items that resemble realistic firearms or weapons are prohibited. We recommend emptying water guns, which must follow the 3-1-1 liquid rule. Replicas of explosives such as hand grenades are prohibited in checked and carry-on baggage. TSA officers have the discretion to prohibit any item through the screening process if they believe it poses a security threat. Okay, your child does not need a Nerf gun in his carry-on bags. He will be shooting it at everybody. Then everybody will be getting mad at him. Then they'll be getting mad at you for allowing you to have your kid bring on a Nerf gun while he's shooting everything at everyone. So, yeah, just put them into the check bag. Now, I'm going to stop here and see the 3-1-1 liquid rules. We've seen that a couple of times already. I am going to go ahead and pull that up because it's in blue, which means you can pull it up. So let's pull it up, see what 3-1-1 liquid rules are. Okay. It says you are allowed to bring a quart-sized bag of liquids, aerosols, gels, creams, and paste in your carry-on bags through the checkpoint. These are limited to travel-sized containers that are 3.4 ounces or less per item. Placing these items in the small bag and separating them from your carry-on baggage facilitates the screening process. Packed items that are in containers larger than 3.4 ounces should be in checked baggage. Any aerosol or liquid, gel, cream, or paste the alarms during screening will require additional screening. Okay, carry-on bags. Here we go. 3.4 ounces or smaller size containers that fit in a 1 quart size resealable bag may be carried on through checkout points. Um, okay, so of course it shows the different sizes that they have. So see, checked bags. Containers that are larger than 3.4 ounces, regardless of amount size, must be in checked bags. Medications. The exemptions are medications, infant, and child nourishments. So basically, people who have to have certain medications, they can't tell you, oh no, you have to put that in checked baggage. That's one of those few things that they cannot deny you. That and basically baby food. When they say infant and child nourishment, they mean baby food. Um, you know, most people nowadays, they do the things like not Pedialyte, Infamil, I think is what it is. They've got a lot of things that it's in like little packets, things of that sort. So if you have a baby, you're probably, I mean, in all honesty, it would probably be easier to travel with the little dry packets where you take off the top, you pour it into a bottle, you put water with it, and you shake it up. Okay, I mean, that would honestly probably be the easiest thing because they would travel a whole lot easier. But yeah, medications is something that they cannot deny you at all. If you have, and everything needs to be in its original containers. For instance, you cannot take, like, you go, oh, okay, I'm going to be somewhere for 5 days. I'm just going to dump the bottle, put 5 days worth into another container. That they won't allow that. You have to have it in its original container. I know my uncle, he had a lot of medications he had to take before he died, and he would have, let's say for 1 day's worth, he would have 4 or 5 containers. I know it started out as a lot, and I think it got worked down to where it was about 4 or 5 containers, and he would put each pill that he had to take at the certain time into a container, so that way he could just pick up that one container and just take it without having to go through and open 8 bottles of stuff, because he'd had a heart transplant, so he was on a lot of medication. When he first started, he was on something like 70 different pills, and they got worked down. I think he said at the end it was like 8 pills taken, like I said, it was like either 4 or 5 times a day that he had to take those pills. And if he had to go somewhere, he would just grab 2 or 3 bottles of his pills, put them into a pocket, and take them with him. So, like I said, medication is one of those things that they can't deny it from you. You have to be able to have those medications, in my uncle's case, to keep him alive. So, those are like the only 2 really good exemptions that they have, that they can't tell you, oh no, you can't have that. You might have to have a certain amount of a liquid thing, to go with your other medications. So, I mean, like I said, it's just one of those things they will not and cannot tell you, I'm sorry, you can't take all of your medication with you. I'm sorry, you can't take all of your baby's nourishment, considering that they can't eat anything like chicken fried steak or, depending on what size they are, they might be able to do mashed potatoes, but little bitty ones, they need formula. Inbound international flights. Says you may carry duty-free liquids in secure tamper-evident bags more than 3.4 ounces in your carry-on bag if the duty-free liquids were purchased internationally and you are traveling to the United States with a connecting flight. The liquids are packed in a transparent, secure tamper-evidence bag in a retailer and do not show signs of tampering when presented to TSA for screening, and the original receipt for the liquids is present and the purchase was made within 48 hours. So, I'm guessing what they might be talking about is like you buy a bottle of perfume, but it's over the 3.4 ounces. You know, so basically what they're wanting to make sure is that you haven't done anything to it. You know, that would be my guess. So, 311. I still don't understand I'm guessing 3 is the 3.4 ounces or less. I'm guessing one of the ones would be the 1 quart size bag. I don't know what the other one could be. Because it doesn't make it clear, does it? Quart size bag, liquid aerosol gels, creams, paste, limited travel size containers. I don't know what the other one could possibly be. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so let's go back to our other page. We still had a little bit left on that, and it took me completely out. Oh well, we were pretty much at the end, and I did see some of the funny things, some of the really good stuff. So, anyways, that's kind of a low down there on some of the good stuff. Like I said, lightsabers and some of the weapons and stuff. So, anybody planning a trip? Alrighty, so there are a few things. I had gone through the miscellaneous thing because, like I said, me and a friend, we were talking about that sort of stuff. So I just looked through the miscellaneous stuff, and some of that stuff was just too funny. Lightsabers, Harry Potter wands. I hope someone got some good information from it. Maybe you found out some stuff that you needed to know for a trip. So, hopefully you got something out of it. If nothing else, maybe you got a good laugh. But that is what the TSA had to say. And considering that they're the ones whose checkpoint you're going through, it would probably be a good idea to heed what they want done and to take care of their stuff. So anyways, that is all on this one for right now. I'm just, I think at this point, I'm 27 days away from my trip. Something like that. So, it's getting really close. I'm less than a month, and I'm excited. Talk to you guys later.